eModels.co.uk. Make something awesome.
Okay, welcome back. So we've rocketing on now. So we've got part 5. So in here we've got the drive shafts and these parts. As I pointed out in the last episode, I've already fitted these two. So we'll paint those up and fit them in a minute or two. So let's have a look at the next bit, part 6, which is basically the radiator. So the first part of the detail parts we've got. So this is the Photo-etch. So on this part with the radiator we make up a bit of a framework with these 4 pieces, which ends up looking like this, and these are painted X18 semi-gloss black. So that's what we do inside this part. But what we're going to do first of all is paint that yellow, because I say it's semi-gloss on the outside and yellow on the inside. So again, we'll sort that out before we fit the Photo-etch. And also on this part, on the bottom part, where the fans are, we have 2 of the carbon fibre parts. So they've been part number 38 and part 119. So you can see they're right next to each other on the sheet. So that's what we're going to be doing this part. So I'll get on with, I'll show you this first. So this is the Photo-etch. See, most of it's grills, various parts around the car, but these are the 3 parts and this one here that make up the grills for the radiator. These are all stuck on a clear sheet on the back, so there's no parts to cut out. Basically just cut the part out itself, peel the backing sheet off, and you're away. I'll talk about what my plan is for painting these in a sec, because I want to paint both sides without gripping them. So I'll show you what I've decided I'm going to do with those in a sec. So what we'll do first is we'll paint the drive shafts and get them fitted, and then we can move on and look at doing this part. And then it's fitting all these into this part, which brings with it even more carbon fibring. So there's these parts and all this that go in there. So well, I'll show you absolutely everything, but I'll show you we'll make a start on doing these parts and see how we get on. So we'll make a start. So pause that just there for a sec while I sort out what I'm going to do with these, and then we'll move on to these. Okay, so we've got the drive shaft. So I've already painted this semi-gloss on the shaft itself when I was painting like the rest of the body, that sort of thing. So what we need to do now is pick out these 2 parts, which are probably rubber skirts, in flat black, XF1, and the top bit here that joins to the engine in X31, which is the titanium gold. So we'll do the gold first. Actually, we'll do the second. Okay, let's get a brush. So here's the Tamiya one. Okay, just work it in. thicker on there, so I'll just get a bit of fine paint just around the top here. Let's have a look at that. See? It looks like we've covered everywhere there, so we're going to do the same with the other end. So what we'll do, just have a quick double check how far we're going. Okay. Okay, so that's the drive shaft done. So it's semi-gloss, it's the main shaft, XF1 flat black for the skirts, and then titanium gold for the end bit. So I'll put those on the engines in a sec. That's the other side. So what I'm going to do with the Photo-etch, so I'll take them off the frets in a little bit and then stick them down on some masking tape. Then I can prime and paint one side. When it's dried properly, hopefully it'll work. I can then turn them over and do the same to the other side, so I get both sides done without having to use clips. So if you're trying to use these, there's going to be part of it that's not been painted, and it could mark the Photo-etch. So I'm going to give that a go, see if that works, because the rest of the parts will glue to parts of the model and that'll be held. So we'll give that a go. Okay, so I'm going to start on cutting the Photo-etch out. So what I'll do is just with a sharp knife running around each part. Mind your fingers. Okay, the backing plastic is actually fairly thick, so to support it, try and take it off. I mean, it does in the instructions say get a knife blade and get it underneath and ping it off, but I have bent pieces in the past doing that, so I'll go with this as an option. Okay, and the last bit. There we go, so they're stuck on there. So what we'll do, we'll prime and paint that side, let it a good time to dry, turn them over, and hopefully that'll work. So what I've done, I've obviously jumped on a little bit and found myself finishing this off. So I've painted the inside of the radiator cover yellow. Come out really nice, that looks really good. I suppose what I did, it primed it in the UMP white primer. The trick with the white primer and paints is build it up slowly, so I did give a few coats until it covered correctly, and then I used the excuse me, lemon yellow, and that so I thinned it down a bit, and then give it a good stir. Speaking of stirring, these are very good things to get your hands on. Brilliant for stirring and keep you mixing your paints. So that's having a good dry. So that'll be ready for these parts once I've done those. So I'll put the rest of the Photo-etch back in its bag. I will put it back on the card, but I'll use the card that it came in on there, so I'll put it back in the bag, keep it all together. Right, so we'll come back once we've done a bit more on this, and also what I can look at starting as well is the carbon fibre decals on here as well. So plenty to be going at. So what I'm going to do next. So that's where we are now. I'll decide what I'm going to do next. I'll probably do the decal in next, and while I'm waiting for the stuff to work on that, I can then prime this. So both at the same time. Okay, so let's see what it looks when we come back. Okay, next bit we're going to do is first a couple of bits of carbon fibre. So parts 119 and 38. So now remember we had the extensive decal sheet. So we have 38 here, this one, and 119. This is the last one here. So what we'll do first is cut those out. So you've got the water ready. It's best to use warm water, not hot but warm, because it gets the decal to come off quicker. So what we do, we'll carefully cut out 38 first. This piece goes on the back like this. So what we'll do is give it little clips. So you've probably done decal before, but this is the way I do it. Pop it in face down. With the warm water, it shouldn't take very long, just a few seconds. And while it's doing that, we get microset. I don't know if you've ever read it, but this is basically what it says on the back. So on the brush, put it on the part. So it should come off very easy now. Pull the water off. So it moves very easily. Slide onto your piece. Right a bit far away, let's get a bit closer. Okay, once you got it down, some more solution on the top, and basically leave it for a few minutes just to soften the decal. So what we'll do is we'll pause there for a minute or two, and then we'll come back. Okay, so while we're waiting for that to soak, I've got the other part off that goes on the front, like so. And we'll get that soaking while we're waiting for this one to do its stuff. Again, just a few seconds in the warm water. And just a little bit longer. So lucky needing warm water is you have to go and change your water quite regularly, unless you're lucky enough to have some sort of warming device. I know you can get lots of copper hot warmers that you can plug into the back of your computer and things, but I haven't got one of those. So it's regular changes for me. There you go, it's doing something now. Right. See the numbers have floated off, so I'll get those out of the way so they don't get stuck on the model. Again, blot your excess water off. Okay, get on the model and then we'll work it into place. So this, I'm wandered off the camera. There we go, try that. It's nice and fiddly. Come on, behave yourself. If in doubt, get his cocktail stick. There we go, that's a bit better. There you go, that's sort of in place. And again, some on there. So the other side, it's had a bit of time to soak, so we'll smooth that on. Right, sorry about that, just had to pause there. My wife decided to bound upstairs and ask me something in mid-film. So anyway, we're working around can get any excess water out and from underneath. So it goes down, and then what we'll do in a sec is get some of the microsol on it. So you're doing carbon fibre decals, it's brilliant for getting them to sit down. It's really quite fast acting on them as well, so I'll show you in a sec. What's going on there? I think it's twisted a bit. There seems to be a big gap there all of a sudden. That's better. I think for some reason it's sort of raised up a bit. Right. So we'll stop playing around with it, we'll let it settle down and dry a bit. So we'll leave it there, and then we'll come back and then I'll do show you what the sol does with carbon fibre decals. Back in a minute. Okay, we'll let that sit for a while and dry. So what we're doing now is put the microsol on. What I do, put number 1 and 2 on there so you know which order they go in. And I use a separate brush for each one. So another one with the notch out is for number 2, and the one with the masking tape on is number 1. I mean, you could clean your brush in between each one, but it's just, that's the way I started doing it, so I've stuck with it. So again,
clap it on.
Put the sol on and get all your edges to lie down properly. So again, as before, basically just leave it to dry, see if anything's still sticking up, needs more work, and then you put a bit more sol on. See just on the edge here, the film edge of the carbon fibre sticking up a bit. So sol's very good at getting that sort of thing to lie down properly. Again, along the back edge there. So again, we'll leave that to dry and see what it looks like. Back in a minute. Okay, as you can see, everything's gone down nicely. So what I thought I'd do while I was looking at it so close up is I thought I'd do a little bit of dry brushing. So I've done this side already. So basically what I'm doing is doing a tiny bit of dark aluminium with the metal colours. And just very carefully pick up some of the highlighted bits. So I just thought a bit now this would probably be better before I put the decal on, but so I just thought of it looking through the camera lens. Okay, just gives that a little bit more detail, not as flat. Okay, so that's the top of the radiator and the fans done with carbon fibre. So that's down to the carbon fibre. So what I'll do is pause this here, and then we'll have a look at sorting out the Photo-etch parts in the next part of this bit. So I say we'll leave it there and see you in a bit. Okay, so what I'll do is move on to putting some of the decals on the body. So I'm going to start off with 58 and 60. I'll show those, and then we'll move on to doing the rest, and I'll come back at different stages to show you what it all looks like. There are a lot of decals to put on for this part, so we won't film everything. So I'll start off with these two to give you an idea of what we're doing, and we'll move on. So I'll just give a quick catch up with what we've done. So I've stuck the top and bottom half together. First, what I did, I used a stronger glue than the extra thin. Got some Revel contactor. It's a strong glue, it still dries quite quickly, so I give it a good blobs underneath there and then clamped it. These about 2 bits here, joins on both sides. I did those with extra thin. Do a vent. Anyway, I've painted up these in aluminium, and so that's where we are. And I'll show you put the drive shafts in as well on either side. So it's looking a bit more car-like. So we'll get on and put these 2 bits in. So they go into the picture that way around. So again, warm water, a little clippy thing, and pop it in, let it soak, and then the bottle with number 1 faces the blue one, micro set. You can see there's a sort of wavy line there, so that's going where the top of decal number 58 will go, and then a little bit along the top up to the edge of the central console, that's where 60 will go. So we'll give it a brush of the set. Plot the water off. So do 58 first, which is the bigger part. My brush caught up in my microphone way, so we'll get that in position. Showing you something black going on to something black. Anyway, I'll show you what I can. So it sort of fits along the top of this part here as well, so you know where you are. seems to be down. So that's the effect we've got. So that will be going all over the inside. Okay, and about 60. Decal 60 should I say. Goes along the top of that wavy line. Come on, let's behave. Keep teasing that down and eventually get in the right place. There we go. Lift that up and run that along the edge. So there's a bit of a gap in the carbon fibre along here, which matches in with the diagram. So as before, what we'll do is just let those two settle down with the set for a few minutes, and then we can fit them down. So just let them go soft at the moment. So I'll be back when I've done a little bit more and show you how it's all looking. Just thought to give you an update of where I'm up to with the carbon fibre. So this is the first two parts I put on here. And then I've moved on, try not to bang things, still trying not to bang things, here we go. So moved on to across the front, around there, up the side, and this bit goes across onto there. So that's where I'm up to. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 8 pieces put in, and only 119 to go. Well, no, 111 to go if we've got 8 pieces in. So that's where I'm up to. So what I've been doing is crossing off as I've worked around. So the next bit to look at doing is the one that runs along the top of here, and then there's another one runs along this edge and up the sides. So still plenty to do, and then repeat on the other side. So I'll leave that bit there for the carbon fibre, and we'll come back in a second. Well, the next clip I'll show you where I'm up to with that. Just refer back to the radiator. So we put a couple of bits of carbon fibre on there. What I've done is painted up the parts that go in the radiator. Let's move that over there a little bit. So basically what I did with this is stuck them on a bit of card with some of the masking tape. Sprayed and primed one side. When it was dry, turned it over and repeated. And we've ended up with them painted up in semi-gloss on there. So what we need to do now is fit them into these slots. So this piece will go across there. This long one goes in this groove here, notches into it, and the two that run diagonally, again, meeting up with those. So that's the next tricky bit I'm going to do. So I'll continue with some of the carbon fibre in, and then we'll come back and show this in a little bit. So I'm building up to using the CA glue because basically it doesn't like me. I haven't glued my fingers together or anything silly like that. It's just as soon as you try and glue anything together with CA glue, it either goes everywhere or there isn't enough and it all falls off. So anyway, we'll see how that goes. Okay, so we'll back in the next clip when I've done some more carbon fibre. Okay, so what I'm going to do is have a go at gluing these parts onto there. So I'll start off with a little blob of CA glue. So listening here. This is the one I've been using. And I've also got some wicker plaster. This makes it excuse me, dry a lot quicker. So we'll start off with crossbeam part, which will fit in, without dropping everything everywhere, across here. So I can fit it first. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll get a bit of glue and we'll get it in the gap there, same on this side. Do is give that squirt with rocket blaster. Just do it over here because it'll go everywhere. It's all tangled. Okay, so it'll evaporate off. So what I'll do, just make sure that's gone off before I start fiddling with it. Okay, get the instructions from somewhere. Here we go. I put them down somewhere. So we've done this bit first. So it says now put in the two side bits on there. So we will try that. You can see there's a notch on there and the front of there, just a little groove. So simply groove into the notch, slide it in. Simple as that. Here goes. So I'm not showing you, I couldn't even see where it was going. So we're nearly there, just slightly the wrong angle. So it's in the notch and in the groove. So we'll see about gluing that in. A bit too much on the front there, it's a bit shiny. That's a bit, I might have to touch this up again. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. So again, we'll give that a squirt. And let it evaporate. Well, that bit was amazingly easy. Just watch it go worse from now on. Okay, so that's got those two in. Not too bad. Shouldn't have got that big blob of glue on there. Give it a paint, see how it looks. So that's the two fins in. So the first one went in okay, which I showed you, but the other two were a pain in the bum. So as I managed to get them in, but it was all fingers and thumbs, so it wasn't worth showing you. So that the bits on top of there. Like so. See the little bit of dry brushing I did on there just adds a bit of interest in there. And then that will go on the front there. Okay, I'll give a quick update of where I am with the carbon details. So I've done all the carbon details for the inside of the cockpit on there. So there are this big piece that runs along the top here, one over the top there, a little bit on the front, and the detail. So I'm getting there. I think what I'll do is come back and show you the last bit. So it's taken a long time to get these in on there, but it just has a good bit of detail. Oh yeah, I've put the foot pedals in. Fit them out with the panel line, the black panel line, gives a little bit of depth there as well. So we'll make this bit up and fix that. Little bits into little holes. Fits on the front there. There we go. So I'll leave that alone to dry in there. So that's pretty cool. So you can see the carbon fibre and the yellow in there. So yeah, I'll let that have a dry and then we'll tidy up the fins. So that's where I'm up to at the moment. So I'll come back when I finish the finishing off the carbon fibre. Okay, so that's the carbon fibre finished. Just needs a little bit of work on there with the sole, but I'll take a couple of goes on it. You can seat all around the interior, and this cap just behind the seat, so that's not covered anything. And that's along the outside as well. Here, up here is all the carbon fibre. So it took a little while to do. Just go really quite easily. It's just it's easier if you have warm water, so have to keep changing the water. So we've got there in the end. So we'll move on to the next bit. So we'll end this part here. So don't forget to go along to eModels, eModels.co.uk, and put the model shop. If they don't have it, you don't need it. But yeah, go along and have a look. So I'll end that episode here, and thanks for watching.